Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm a little early today because I have a lot of things to do, and I'm sorry if I'm inconveniencing anyone. What is happening is in Social Security Administration, they have actually been able to locate up to 3.2 million individuals over the age of 100 plus, and they have been deleted from the system. I'm going to share with you all the details by a small slide deck. I request all of you to like this video, and if you want more data, it's available in the description section under reference links. Here we go. DOGE starts major cleanup of Social Security records. Last month, we had talked about this. Elon Musk had shared a screenshot from the US Social Security databases. In fact, I'm going to show it to you again just so we establish context quickly. Here we go. This one, and you saw how that people were much beyond the age of 115. That is the cutoff date for Social Security benefit people drawing Social Security benefits is 115, and you can see how many more were drawing. And people made fun saying that no, this is not right, but nobody could adequately explain how come people with such high age were still drawing benefits. That means somebody somewhere was pilfering it. Now, those things are all getting cut. How much has been saved? How much is still remains? All that stuff we're going to talk about. The thing was that, how can people who are, the average age in United States is much less than what is being put on the Social Security table. And how is it happening this way? So the thing was, there were some with over 300 years of age. How is it possible even? And Social Security came only into existence in 1930. And also there was a limit on how old you had to be to be able to be getting into that system. You had to pay into that system before you could draw out of it. In fact, there are examples of how somebody who was, retiring in 3 years after the SSA was established made a lot of money after retirement because the way it was set up. Initially, people didn't pay in much, but they got a lot out of it. So, be that as it may, now we have over 100 people completely coming under scrutiny, and I think at the end of this exercise, only a few will be left. We're going to share with you the exact numbers. 24,000 deceased individuals received over 300 million in benefits. 300 million, 24 individuals. And in 2023, they had done an inspection of the records, and they found that 19 million people born before 1920 had no recorded death data, with 44,000 still receiving Social Security benefits. See, this is the magic number, guys. It beyond, in my opinion, and I'll give you the exact number as we drill down the details. Above 120 itself is suspect. Let's see how far they have reached now. Now, I think, see here, that is the number. Above 120, they started cleaning up. Now they have deleted or removed 3.2 million records. How does that number come? Take a look at that. 120 to 129, 817 have been, so living count is, let's see, the number that you need to understand is that out of 3, 4, 6, 7, 817,000 have been removed in the age category of 120 to 129. 130 to 139, the number increases. So it is not 100% of all that. There are still people remaining. I'm sure they are going to check some more. There may be more wastage here that might show up. So what is happening? 3.2 million Social Security number holders over age 120 have been now marked as deceased. 9.5 million Social Security numbers belonging to people aged 120 plus are still active. Now, this is the interesting part. Who is drawing this money? Are they still alive? Is it just a matter of shoddy record keeping? So all these things are data anomalies that was noticed in the software that the SSA uses, and it is called 𝗎𝗎 system. And this is the one that has been tracking Social Security numbers issued since 1936. SSA acknowledged a 2015 review found that 6.5 million people over 112 were likely deceased. but had not been marked as such. So there are omissions, there are also commissions. And the other interesting thing is, there is a revelation that's come in the state of Arizona. You want to know how many people voted just using one social security number? How many people voted using one social security number? You want to guess the number? 10,000. 10,000. This is something that has just shown up on social media. I'm tracking it down to get the exact details, but you can see how the social security number has been abused. There have been murmurs of people drawing social security benefits from outside of the United States for people who never even set foot in the United States. So there are loopholes, and somebody has already figured out these loopholes. So the cutoff limit was supposed to be 115. Once you attain the age of 115, you no longer get any benefits. But somewhere there was a software glitch. This has basically resulted in people, being in the system for a long time. And this is not only that, it looks like the software system of the SSA has not been fully updated across all the computers of United States. In other words, there could be some disparities in the way the data is being reconciled over all these different databases. So this means also there are people who may be dead or may not be dead, and they may be still receiving benefits. Because after 115, you are not supposed to get any benefits. Remember that also. So there's an upper bound too. There's an upper bound on how much you have to make in order for SSA to start, taking money out. I used to think it was $100,000. That number has been now updated. The number now is $176,000 a year. If your income is $176,000 a year or less, then you have to put in, I would think, the same 7.1% into Social Security. I don't think that number has changed. It should not change, because it's unfair if the younger generation now is being asked to put more into the SSA than the older generation. Anyway, so that's a number that can be checked out. Between 2015 and 2022, SSA paid out 8.6 trillion in benefits. That's the last 7 years. And of that, 71.8 billion was classified as improper payments, mostly overpayments to living recipients, which must be repaid. Are they still alive to give it? Or are they fictitious addresses? Where are they? In areas that don't exist anymore? A lot of questions. So this computerization, checking all these things using Doji, is going to show up a lot of unbelievable stuff. And stay tuned. We are going to keep you posted on that. The savings from this particular incident is still not reflected on Doji. And I'll show you the latest Doji numbers in just a minute. MUSK advocates that reducing fraud and inefficiencies in Social Security and Medicare could allow for increased payments to eligible citizens. Yes, that is correct. And Doji will continuously mark disease records with more numbers being likely to be removed. I told you, right? It was not, all of it was not removed. So I'm going to take that out, and let's get back to full screen mode. And I'm going to show you what the latest number is in terms of Doji, how much money has been saved. This is the doge.gov site, and I'm going to put this thing up yours. As you can see, the number is 115 billion has been saved so far, and the amount saved per taxpayer is $714.29. Remember, the magic number is 2 trillion. It's taking a little bit more time, mainly because of all the impediments that are being put in their way. I have more data coming out on that. I'll have a separate monologue on that, and I'll stop at this point. This is all I have, and let me take a few questions that you may have. Here we go. First question. Krishna Kishore wants to know why unemployment numbers are way down when tech layoff and job market is very bad. It's not very bad, Krishna. I think it is a little bit up and down. You will get clarity maybe in about 4 to 6 weeks time. Sometimes these things don't roll through the statistics fast enough. And next one is from D Space. Do we have any updates from US Treasury cleanup now that Musk has access to Treasury? No, they have just begun. They are following the money. There will be a major amount of stuff from there. Also, we will be first ones to report it to you. We are looking at the data very, very closely in every direction we can. So, another question, this is the last question I'm going to take. Why has Musk filed a case against Indian government in Bangalore? Nitya Kalyanaji, without knowing the facts, I can't say much, but looks like the X team has a case where they think that the government, and I don't know if it is Karnataka government or the central government, whichever one it is, they think that they have a case where there has been a deliberate suppression. You should watch some of the people who are not in good books of the Modi administration, but still belonging to the Bharatiya Janata Party. They will tell you a lot of information about how Modi tries to ensure, or they allege that Modi tries to ensure that only good news percolates. So there are lots of things like that. I am also not in their good books. No, nor is Sree Rajiv Malhotra ji. There are many people, because we speak our mind. Maybe that's what they don't like. Be that as it may, it doesn't matter. Our job is to tell you the truth. It's up to you whether you want to believe us or not. Anyway, so that's all I have for now. Update on Fort Knox, I don't have it yet, but it's not something that's going to be very long. We will update it to you as soon as we know. There is going to be another in-depth discussion with two stalwarts in the next few days. Do tune in for that. That'll be like a 40-minute talk, and do tune in for that. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.